fam, it's Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. So, it's been a crazy week, man. So busy. I hope I hope you guys took the week off so you wouldn't be so stressed. Anyway, it's been a little insane in the membrane, but I figured I could do a bit of a just market analysis review of some price action stuff because I was watching ICT post this morning, so I wanted to like take a look at what he was saying. And then I also want to take a look at Bitcoin and see what that was doing as well, because I haven't had a chance to look at it all day. None of it, none of it. So I am going to be just kind of like looking at today's price action for, and I'm gonna make it the micro actually, the micro S&P. And fun fact, I opened up a TradeStation account today and I'm using their demo account to test out the platform and see how it works because I do want to trade. I'm going to start with the micros and see how well I do, and then move to the minis when I've like built the account up a little bit more. Anyway, if that sounds like a good time, hang on to your seats. It's going to be a doozy. At least I hope it's going to be a doozy. I don't know. But anyway, let's go tiny. All right, let's do our top-down analysis. Oh man, I am tired. It is Friday. Could do with a beer. Don't tell your kids that. All right, so we're gonna dive into this candle right here that formed for, actually, this is not the micro. Let me adjust that and put an M in front of it. And we're grabbing the March contract. Cool. So we're going to be looking in this candle right here. Price had been consolidating, but it just violated that. So next week, I'm looking for probably higher. Most likely going to be looking for them to try and come in and rebalance price here. But let's drop down and actually let's take a look at the weekly, right? So, all right. Wicking weekly green candle. Not the nicest. It's not a nice week. All right, let's roll up into the 1 hour and let's see what we had to play with on the 1 hour. All right, so as always, today is the 6th, so we would have been looking, and I think there were some news things coming out today, right? Let's go to Forex Factory really quickly and see what news things came to bite us in the proverbial bouteille. Okay, non-farm employment changes. Okay. Looks like those came in better, worse, better, worse. Yeah, unexpected, whatever. Unemployment change 3.5, not great, so not bad, whatever, I don't know. Well, let's see how and that was supposed to come out at 8:30, okay. And ICT is basically like, don't trade those things. The price action is too insane. So let's do a little analysis, right? It's the 6th, and I'm going to do a 30-minute time frame on this. And first things first, let's figure out where the opening price was for it. Here, looks like, let's just shift that out. And let's make that midnight open. And then let's see, where was the 8:30 open? So 8:30. It's on this candle. So right here. Wow, that's not nice at all. Okay, so that's the 8:30 open. And then let's look at where we could have gone, right? Areas we could have aimed for. So we had that imbalance right there. They ate that handily. This one, the little bit that was still left over from earlier. And then in terms of just like buy side liquidity to be eaten, there's that handy piece right there. It's a buy side. And then if we were going the opposite direction, sell side liquidity, so 8:30, let me zip over, I'm gonna do that guy. Sell side liquidity to be eaten. All right, so some things to aim for. because I'm new, so I wouldn't be going too crazy, right? All right, so let's drop down to a 15-minute on this. So 8:30 came right here, and price, oh man, look at that. So the general expectation is, right? So midnight was up here, 8:30 was lower. So whatever, if price is gonna want to go up, then it needs to drop to go up, right? Something like that. So at 8:30, let's go. What did that leave and look like, right? Wicking. And so price was from midnight, just kind of hung out and then it dropped. And then once 8:30 came, it just, and then went in the opposite direction, right? Now, after that, we could have taken this imbalance right here as an area for potential entry. If, it went back up, if price was supposed to be going back up, which is what it apparently did. So, because it kept dropping from the midnight, it dropped at the 8:30. So, nothing good to really trade here in terms of like the the thing we're looking for, the ICT. So, did all this. I'm just going to rebalance a little bit right there. Okay. So it made a pretty big break right here from this general vicinity. And if we do the 15-minute, we could, yeah. So, a nice break. So shift in the market structure right here. So I'm just going to draw it out right there and go back into the 1 minute just so I can. So I have this break right here. So a nice shift in the market structure. Now, what could we have done if I'd had time to do anything today? Which I didn't. And I still said not to trade today. So if we had an itch, we should have paper traded the heck out of it. So first things first, sell side liquidity swept away with prejudice. Made a beautiful imbalance here. Now, if I was looking for retraced about a little over 50% into it. Could this be considered like some sort of OTD? I'm not gonna use that wick. It's just mean. Let's see if we're using this wick right here. So it came back within 50% of, within 50, below 50%. So within a discount for us to go back up. For us to go back up. All right, so did we get something to tell us that we could, continue on up? Well, we had this break right here, so I wouldn't have done anything here because I got nothing to play with. But with this break, it's not the prettiest, but we now have like this imbalance, and then we have this bearish order block, right? And then we have this imbalance right here. Now, I could have set, let's see, based off of this bullish order block, I could have set my, if I'm being, kind of zoom in, would I have gotten it? Because I would have wanted to set an order right at the tip of that. Let's see, let's zoom in. Probably should just put my glasses on so I can see it, right? Well, leaning forward like a weirdo, right? All right, so it came back in. There's this order block. Let's see. Let's look at the, you know what? Let me add the price stuff in the top here. The value so we can see it. Okay. So this opened at, the low was 38.4475. And this candle, the low was 46.50. 38.4475. The high was 38.50. What? Oh. Let me see. So what kind of entry could we have gotten from that? Let me zoom out because it's confusing me. Guess we could have dropped the fib on that too, and then from this low to this high. Actually, I'm wrong. That shouldn't be the one. From this order block. So I think this candle. I'm flailing about, y'all. Probably shouldn't even be making this video. I'm so tired. Well, I guess it's from a retracement perspective, right? So, per ICT, he's like something approximate. So you could like, these two candles created the fair value gap. So you could set an entry at the top or in the middle and then set your stop loss below that. What was that the original thing I was, would I have taken that? Let me go back into what ICT was posting today so I can focus entirely on that for this because I'm getting to know the way this thing moves, right? So let's see. He originally said draw a line between 38.75, 38.37, and 38.39. Okay. 7 hours ago. Watch the 38.14 levels. So don't think it made it to that. Just see. Yeah. So the first thing he said was look at the 38.37, 38.39.25. So where was that? I think it was a gap. 38, 37.5. Where is that? What was that in that general vicinity? 38, 37. Okay, so he said draw a line 38, 39.25. Right there. And then he said draw another line at 38, 37. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to learn here. And you're watching me do it. Okay, so this is what ICT said to draw. So let me change the colors of that and make it like a light. Doesn't need to be so thick. Okay, and then I'll delete it after I'm done here. I'll delete it after I'm done. Let me grab some water. All right, so after 8:30, we can see what they do at 9:30, right? This is the 8:30. Sorry, 8:30 is over here somewhere, right? And then 9:30. So 8:30 they dropped and then just took off. So this is the 8:30 candle, really, boom. Dropped, then took off, and then came back into this imbalance. So I'm trying to understand what is this specific area here. I don't understand what that is. Did he say? Then he said the 38.76 buy stops were in the crosshairs. So I have my buy side liquidity. He said, so these guys, 38, he said these guys also buy side liquidity that you could have aimed for too. And then I was thinking from the higher time frames, that bigger one. So from a retracement perspective, so price rose, we had nice green candles. This is a bearish order block. So what if I had said to myself, hey, Shakira, bearish order block. Price came back down to it. Here's another bearish order block. Maybe I want to, enter. This is green, that's green. Maybe I want to enter here. Since my thoughts are, or my bias should be, bullish in this situation, right? Personally, it's still waking about a lot. Like I don't, for an icy thing, you're looking for a break. It creates an intermediary high with this imbalance. Then from an entry perspective, uh, these bullish order blocks should be like where you want to enter. So I think this one was the one I should have been looking for, or this, once this once this happened and then it retraced back down. Because it could have entered anywhere in this order block right here. And then I was hoping for them to come back into this, and they didn't. So, I mean, they tapped it and then just ran away. So you could have set an entry at the top of this and then just went off. In terms of like pips or ticks or whatever. So if we'd done that, right, and we aimed for this first buy side liquidity, or even just this guy, right? Like ICT says, try and get like 20, like 5 handles, which is like about 20 ticks or whatever. And then put my stop loss right under that. What would that have been like? So a 9 tick thing, it's 120 ticks. And for the micros, each tick is like $1.25. So if you really calculate that, and I don't really care about the dollar values, but I do want to understand what the stop loss would look like, right? So that'd be like $11.25 if I were to do that. And then $1.25 per tick, 120 ticks, so that'd be 150, right? Made on just this move. And then if we'd waited for all of this, that would have been what? 156 ticks. So 156 times 1.25, $195, but that's minus fees and all that other stuff. But I just need to start understanding and being more precise with the entries. And I'm going to use the micros because I want to make sure that I am managing my risk and my monies, because I'm only going to start this thing with like $100 in here or something, or $50. So if I'm doing the calculations right, like let's say my account size is $100 and I want I got to make sure I know what my lot size needs to be, and I want to risk like 0.25 over percent on this trade, then I need to be able to calculate that right properly. So let's think about what that might look like, right? So let me copy some stuff over here and let's do this. And I'll get back to the actual, process. But let's say I have $100. Okay, and let's say it's like 1% per trade, right? $100 times 0.01. Wow, seriously? It's $1 times 0.01. Okay, so I only want to risk $1 on this $100 trade, right? So then if I against mini or micro to confirm which one can be traded, right? So if I try to take this trade, right, and I have 9 ticks, so 9 handles or points, that's a lot, right? So if 5 handles is approximately about 20 ticks, then 9 ticks, oops, then 9 ticks, so 1 handle is about 5 ticks. So I would be doing approximately with 9 about 2 ticks. So 9 handles or points. So if this is, so let's say that's 2, so that's 1 divided by 2. I'm just trying to figure out if I would even be able to trade it. It's like 0.5. And that would be, that can't work because it's too small, right? And let me know guys if I'm like calculating this right. I'm still working out the mechanics of that for this other thing. That's why I'm not trading it with real money. I've got this demo account set up so I can figure out what the heck all of this is. I feel like all of this calculation is wrong, but you're seeing me struggle, and that's the whole point, right? Like it's a journey. I'm trying to figure this stuff out, and I'm taking this from what ICT said. I figured there should be a calculator for this, right? There should be a calculator for this, so I'm gonna go find it. But in the meantime, let's take a look at, and I'm gonna calculate this and maybe post it later. So it looks like we had multiple potentials for entries. So it's the entries for this thing that's kind of important to me. I'm trying to understand that, right? Like so price dropped, came back up, made, broke, then retraced, and what order block actually broke it? I mean, it's like all of this right here, right? And the very tippy top of that is this. And I wouldn't have gotten an entry. This order block broke it. So then I could have tried for an entry from in here and then seen what's up. I'm already on the 1 minute, so I don't know. Will this look different? Let's see on like the 5 minute. And let's dive it back down between all of those. So on the 5 minute, it would just look like that. And then we wouldn't see the fair value gaps. Let's see what it looks like on the 4 minute. Let's move this over here since I'm still working that out. Well, on the 4 minute, I would have gotten an entry, but we're looking at this order block, I could have entered on the wick. I usually don't even think about the wicks for these things. I'm just looking for the actual, like, because I would have put it here and it would never have gotten filled. This one would have been different. Or maybe I should have been like, oh, it's a red order block. But then I think about this scenarios like this, where, it doesn't just go back up one and there's still another one to work with. Let's go to 3 minutes. Okay, so this is where the imbalance forms, right? And then the 2 minute, scroll over. And the 2 minute gave us the imbalance, and then if we gone with the wick, then we could have entered. I'm wondering if like there's something to be done with this over here. I don't know yet, so still figuring that out. Okay, what would have been a good option? So like the expectation is something like this is what I'm looking for. Let's go back to the 1 minute. And so we're at 23 minutes into me fumbling about trying to understand. So what I'm looking for in terms of, and this is why today is kind of a weird day to trade, right? So I'm looking for that to be violated and then broken, and then a retracement and then continue up, right? Something like that. Let's move it over here so it's a little easier to see. So basically, I want the break, right? And then it needs to be energetic and I need there to be some sort of displacement, right? So the imbalance somewhere in here for them to come back into it and then give me an opportunity for an entry. So we got that. It broke. It retraced. The energetic break was up here, really. So the break actually occurred this way. Energetic dropped, but didn't reach back into this displacement down here. Interesting. And then we rallied up some more, and then we created, I guess we did another break and then created this one. So expectations is just going to trade back into this imbalance and not the other one. So technically, if you were to say drop the fib, so then we put it at the base of this, to the top of that, something like that. And then the entry would be just below the 0.5, and like 50% of this would have been a good choice, or yeah, 50% entry. So if we tried for that guy instead and gone for 50%, and that would be another, what, like 50%, almost 50% of this as well for an entry. I think my rule is going to be like if it hits like 50% of this, then I can trade it up to what I want, which would have been up here. And then what I'm looking for is for it not to actually take out that whole thing, or set my stop loss. Oops, and take that off. Set my to below that. So I don't expect it to come to this guy, right? So what would that be? 9 ticks. Okay. So 9 ticks is about 2. So what was that again? Stop loss wise, 2 times 1.25. So about 250 in potential, and then 98 times 1.25. So not bad. Not bad. And this one I kind of understand because we're already in the upswing, and we're just trading back in, and then we wait for the displacement for them to trade into it and then continue back up. They actually came into it twice. They haven't eaten the whole thing. Let's see. Do we have other opportunities? All right. So there were 2 options, right? It retraced here into this displacement, which got created. And technically, you could set the order block to the close of this candle, which they traded back into and then went up. Something like that. I was doing that at the beginning, but I'm trying to be more precise about it. So still working that out. And then, price kind of just went nuts the rest of the day. Could we have traded back down into this imbalance? Looks like it. Let's see. Let me take that off. Okay. So we have this 830 wick, boom, price went up. Now it dropped below here. See, directional bias for this is kind of hard because it dropped below, which is, I think this is like all consolidation right here. And then this is some manipulation. And then it expanded. Ugh, that's mean. How would you even know what you're supposed to be doing here? Did we even get any kind of trade set up? I mean, it ate the buy side liquidity here. Then, not really. Intermediary high. And dropped precipitously. So, could have taken this bullish order block right here. So this guy, you could have taken a short from this down to this guy. I don't know, what would that be looking like? This type of day though is kind of messed up. And then you would have set that there, and then you would have traded it down to there, and that's how many ticks? That's 22 ticks, which is about 5 handles for 55. That's a bit much. Honestly, like once this thing drops and it gets in here, I guess your stop loss is supposed to be like right above that candle, 11. So, Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling on. I think I'm going to come back in fresh tomorrow, but I wanted to take a look at Bitcoin and see what it was doing today. Crypto is like, I want to do the Nasdaq stuff, the micros, during the week, during specific hours of the day, and then crypto, similar scenarios, right? All right, so we have been in this gross consolidation for quite some time. Bitcoin looks like it was it wants to come back in to eat this. So it's slowly starting to eat up this imbalance, this fair value gap. So green day, definitely this candle should have said, give us some indication because it couldn't close all the way down here. It stayed within here and it didn't even tap this wick. So we had for Bitcoin really two places that we could have been aiming for. This old high right here and I would go with this old low. But let's take a look in at the 1 hour. So for today, the 6th, where did our day start? At midnight. Let me get this thing here. So midnight. This candle. Why does it keep dropping it off? So this candle right there. Open was at 16,812. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this and let's make this a lot more opaque. Okay, so that's the midnight for that. And then where was 8:30? Let's do 30 minutes. So let's see, 8:30, 8 right here, 8:30 open. Did it behave the way we wanted it to? So 15 minutes. All right, so that's 8:30. All right, so for midnight, it traded pretty much consolidated, traded away, dropped up, tapped it, and then came back down 8:30. It looks like there's supposed to be all kinds of bullish today, I suppose. We already knew what we were aiming for from up here, and the lows never came close to it, but did eat that liquidity, and then it tapped into this guy on the 15-minute. Let's just mark that out. Okay. And let me just do that. Okay. And this big boy is a big imbalance or fair value gap or whatever. Let's still make it a little more opaque though. It's a little disconcerting. All right. Did we get, so from a fib perspective, all right, so base of this to the top of that. Yep, 0.5 entry right here on a retracement. Let's see. Let's drop down to the 5-minute. Okay, so we had liquidity run. Here we can consider this, let's just consider that sell side liquidity eaten right there. Let's just draw that out. So where is it? There you are. Sell side liquidity eaten right there. Let's do that. And looks like they faked us out at 825 and then drew us up. And then I assume there's a fair value, a bigger, well, actually, no, it's really just between this guy and that guy. So we just had that tiny gap right there. So let's just drive down to the lower. So, all right, so it doesn't show on the 4-minute. Let's try the 3-minute. Shows on the 3-minute. So they came 8. All right. Then they did another run right here. Took out, then took it out again. Then now we get this break right here from this level. And then he traded back down into this fair value gap. So you had 2 options for entries right here or right here. Actually, yeah. So the body, not the wick. So you could have tried for an entry at the wick, or if they tapped it and then gone up. They did a similar retracement here, better break. This one though would be the one they would hang out at. I'm learning that they don't, if they're gonna continue on up, they're not gonna come back down to eat most of this. And if they do, they just tap it and continue. So then your other option with this juicier break, very energetic, much better. Yeah, this was all BS right here. Much more energetic break. So you could have waited for them to come eat this imbalance. Two options. Looks like you could have got an entry on the wick, but I'm finding I like trying for the middle of the imbalance. So then I would have gotten that, and then set your stop loss below that. And then we had this target up here. The fib says 1.65. Could have aimed for that. And we're entering, sorry, my bad. Gotta switch our fib out for the area that we're trading between. Hi there. Oh, did I grab like a thing? My bad. That. So that's the low. That's the high. Would we have gotten a discount entry on that guy on the 3 minute? No. But if I'm potentially using the candle that actually created this fair value gap, then yes, I would have gotten it. And then we could have run up to the level that we spec'd out, which is all the way up here. And that would have been a 1% move, 11%, whatever. So I don't know how many ticks that is in terms of crypto. I don't know if even ticks even matter for crypto, you know? But interesting thoughts on potentials. We've got this break, potential change. Let's, in terms of the model, a break right here, tiny fair value gap. I mean, you could have set an entry at this order block right here. This is the giant order block that kind of started it all. Let's see what it looked like on the 1 minute. All the way down here. So we had a bigger, yeah, this is nicer. So we had a bigger imbalance on the one thing from this that we could have worked with. We had 1, 2, 3 order blocks. You could have tried for an entry there or again in the middle of this thing and the middle of the imbalance, which would have gotten us right there. Then we could have checked our fib from this candle to that wick. And yeah, we would have gotten it at a discount there. And then let's say we aimed for that. We would have gotten it 0.9% move. But if price is moving up, we would have been aiming for this thing anyway. And then moving or stop as things progressed. So we created a new level, move stop right here, right? Stop. So we would have moved the stop loss here. Could have re-entered there, and then things meandered, and then, made a new level, so move the stop there, made a new level, move the stop there, and then just let it play out to the next place, something like that. I gotta wrap my head around all of these potentials. It's not a nice day for clean setups at all. Like earlier in the week, if you permit me to go back in the micros, right? So earlier in the week, I think we had better potential plays. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Let me just do the 1 hour. see what the week looked like, right? It's December, my bad. Okay, so what's this? This is Tuesday. So Tuesday we had, yeah, let's drop the replay button back up to here. I'm just curious to see what that was looking like on the 15. Okay, so then we had this liquidity run, everything, all the stops taken out here, this wick mean. And then, so that was taken, and then it created this. So if it traded back up into it, now I don't know if it's going to continue up. It's been energetic, right? So this case, if it's going to continue down, I want it to come here, create an intermediary high, drop, and then, something like that, right? So let's see what this looks like on the 5-minute. Okay, so we're coming back up. And I'm going to drop to the 1-minute just because I'm finding that entries are better placed. So let's see. So energetic drop displacement here. Maybe they'll stop here. Well, they did. They stopped there. In which case, this green order block right here could have been a good place for an entry. Let's see. How does that play out? And what would our short target have been, right? I don't know. Here. And then having seen that, set your stop loss above that. And then if we're looking for that's 7 ticks, right? So if we're looking for say, just this or this down here, what's that? 48 ticks, right? Let's see. So look, we had 2 options, right? We had another nice break right here. This guy, I would have been looking for this green order block for an entry. Let's see, does it get all the way up there? Okay, it doesn't. So this is all choppy, nothing juicy to get in on. But this order block right here, bearish, is I guess that's the supply. There's an imbalance above it. So yeah. So at most I would have expected them to come in. They tapped it and then dropped and then created another one with another potential for an entry right here. So then you could have been on this order block or in the middle of the imbalance, like I like, and then, just like that, set it above this intermediary high, and then, aimed for that imbalance, and that would be, something like that. That wouldn't have been bad. 51 ticks with a 9-tick thing. So again, 25, that's $11 versus 1.25 times 51 ticks, $63 made on that. But this is cleaner than all of this insanity. So I think I'll take the advice and not trade these days. Wait for things to pan out and then get in there. All right, it's 43 minutes. I am tired and hungry. Let's take a pause there. I'm trying to adjust my trading style. I'm looking for certain signatures and I'm testing it, and I'm probably not going to take any real trades for a little bit while I'm testing this. So it's going to be demo trading on trade station so I can figure out if I like it, if I want to actually put real money and use it. And then demo trading. I'm not gonna lie. If I see a really good juicy setup for Bitcoin or ETH, I might go back into my account and let those run. But while I'm testing this out, I'm not going to use my money. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna come back fresh in the morning. I have a bunch of ICT vids and notes that I need to review and test through. So you're gonna be seeing me doing that period. Like I finished his ICT 2022 mentorship vids, and now I'm starting off on the core stuff so I can like dive into the order blocks and stuff and the liquidity voids and all that stuff so I can understand what I'm looking at. And I'm gonna just be like busting into the charts, just looking for it, looking for it, looking for it, and just paper trading it, and then doing it live during the weeks when I have time, or like you know I glance over and I see what I'm looking for, and I can just hit. Anyway, happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend. I'll definitely be posting tomorrow probably. Um, it has been a long week. I'm ready for a juicy steak, and I think I deserve a beer today. I'm about to go have a red stripe or something. I think that's all that's in the fridge. I prefer like a Sapporo or Tiger or something, but I love red stripe too. All right, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like. You know, I'm readjusting my learning. So if it seems as though I'm floundering in places, it's because I'm adjusting my thoughts. All the other things that I've learned, I've thrown it out the window so I can focus on more precise entries, because I've taken a few trades based off of ICT stuff and the entries were so spot on. It was like butter. It was insane. So I want to make sure I understand how to do that properly and get it started. Plus I like the nature of the futures in Nasdaq, and I appreciate that there are micros that I can trade, so I can understand how that moves, while still being able to grow my account. So if I throw a $500 on there and I'm trading the micro, then I can grow, watch see if I can grow that account. And then once I've grown it enough, then I'll move to the mini and so on. But I'll still be trading the crypto, but as long as I can see the same sort of scenarios, because I want to make sure I have like 3 to 4 things that I want to trade. So for crypto, BTC, ETH, for futures, the micro Nasdaq, my micro S&P. All right, guys. Happy hunting. Be safe. Don't go crazy. We're all beginners. Sometimes we have to recalibrate, and that's what I'm doing. I found something that after having looked at so many other um, YouTubers and trainings and stuff, this is the one that's answering the detail aspect of what I want to understand for trading, and that's what's important to me right now. Because understanding the details helps me understand, I'll slowly be able to work through bias and understanding what I'm looking for in a day. And if I see this, then do this. Like I had a trade, I had a setup the other day, and I posted it. One of my previous vids in the last like 2 days. I was like, I want to see this. And then once it breaks here, then I wanted to come back here for an entry to go back up. And that worked like gangbusters. So I want to be able to do that consistently, you know? And that requires time, effort, you know? So that's all this is. Me putting the time and effort into becoming profitable, because in my mind, I am a badass professional, detailed, disciplined, risk risk averse, and profitable within the next few years. I have an 8-year plan for being on a beach chilling doing this stuff. Within the next 2 years, okay, I should be, as a part-time trader, profitable, right? Not perfect, profitable. And within 8 years, I should be at my goals. But the next 2 years. So I'm going to take this time this year to understand. I'm going to trade with small amounts, and I'm going to demo trade until I understand these e-minis and the whole concept of, handles, pips, blah, blah, blah. So I understand that when I pop a trade in and I've set my stop loss, I understand what my potential loss is. Done. And I understand what my take profit is, what that looks like. And, I'm not even looking at the money really, right? I'm looking at making sure that my setups are just so. Because if my setups are right, then everything else will fall into place. The money will come, right? That's my thought. The money will come. So, understanding that, I need to get myself right, you know? because everything else that I've learned, like they gave good information, but they never really like explained entry and what this candle does and what this candle does and intermediary highs and then all the little minute details that I kept asking like what does this mean? Why don't I get this? So now I'm finally getting I found somebody who's actually explaining these things. It's very in the weeds and I'm okay with that. Because by the end of this, I should be able to read the candles and at least up to 60 to 70% right and come out with a process, with a procedure that works for me. So we're just going to continue on with this journey. Um, you know, I haven't even been trying this for a whole year yet, guys. All right. I mean, properly, probably 4 to 5 months. Okay. Um, and even with the trades that were good for me, I still didn't understand like my take profit and all that stuff. So there's a lot of little things I still need to learn, and that's okay. I am at level, I don't know, 2. Okay. I'm at level 2. So I'm trying to graduate to level 3, and then I can, start trading with tiny bits of money. I am trading with that tiny bits of money on my Bitcoin, on my USDT for Bitcoin and ETH, but while like I said, while I'm recalibrating my brain, I probably won't be putting any live trades in, but I will be doing like setups that I think this is going to happen. And then I'm going to see if that works. And then we'll do a lot of these reviews. And then, we'll go back to regular back testing, right? Where I like roll the charts back and see if I'm right. Just reading it. It's better for me to be watching the candles like paint in real time because then that'll give me a better feel. But at least with the replay, I can, work on my narrative for the day and bias and all that good stuff. All right, guys, we're about an hour in. I am ready for food. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe if you feel like it. I hope that you're also digging in and trying to learn and grow as well. All right. So, hey, we're here to learn. Shakira out.